With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he powers his way up past the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Forced out to, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Brown. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here we go. Lucky 50. Zebra.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's brought down. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Lacey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Yellow.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Out to the flat for Lacey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Wide. Hey, Clifford.
To throw, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the fourth round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Let's go.
On second down, Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
All right, now here we go, Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
In and out, come on, tempo. Be ready for one word. Be ready for one word.
On second down, here's Wilson. He's going to go deep for Conley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is Brown on the carry. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Come on, tempo.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Let's go.
They'll run it here with Brown. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go. Rhino. And we're good.
Now it's Brown. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
All right, now here we go.
And they'll run it here. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage?
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And now out comes Minnesota. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice game right there. First down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was out. Absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Start. Green 80. Don't take forever, okay?
They'll run it now. Out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Right there. All day, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Yeah, 21.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Hey, tempo, tempo, tempo.
Now Wilson looking to throw on second down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sheldon Richardson able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Cousins now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Cousins on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Let's go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. They'll throw again. Cousins. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Wilson to throw on second down, escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And give him 10 that time, as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Second down, Cousins. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter.
This is taken in. It's complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. And that one results in 35 yards.
Let's go. Hey, we're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Seahawks on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Wilson. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game.
19.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big 3-point play right there, couldn't it?
Let's go. Hey, we're good, we're good.
First down. Here's Cousins. Wright's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Skirts by him at the 35. Man open left side is Brown. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Cousins now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Cousins now on 2nd down. Pass incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Cousins now from the 50. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Cousins to throw it. And Rudolph has it left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And this one hits the crossbar, and it's no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, they're unable to tie this game. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
14.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Don't take forever, okay?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 7. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Ben Gideon in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They go play action now. Wilson, flush to his right. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now Cousins. Complete to right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The kick by Carlson is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Let's go.
Now Wilson on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Hey, tempo. You got tight right there.
On second down, here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Terrence Newman on the coverage.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been a man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. And now out comes Minnesota. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Cousins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now Cousins. And right with it here over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards on each of the last two plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. Cousins. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Tempo, tempo.
One last shot for Wilson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.